Okay, we're entering a new week in trading on the stock market. Had a wonderful week last week, and it's I'm totally expecting a substantial pullback this week. I mean, the coronavirus is, if it isn't a second wave, it's one hell of a second thrust from the first wave, and I think we're going to see the effects of that, and I think it's probably going to hit hardest where there has been the largest gain. And I'm looking at my portfolio, and do I expect Tesla to pull back after I'm 96% up? Understand, when March came, I was 100% cash. I didn't buy Tesla back in the beginning. I just bought it. I'm up. Same case. Amazon 38%, Facebook 14%. I'd be up substantially higher on Facebook, but I've added to my positions. This is one I've added substantially to as I've gone. Google up 25%. On the other side that I'm looking at, if you've been with me a while, you know that I saw what I thought was an opportunity in the oil stocks, and I bought Valero. It went up. I sold it for a 33% gain back in 14 days after, what was that holiday, Labor Day, because I thought the virus would come back, and it did, and Valero fell, and I bought back in. And now I'm 15% down. Am I worried about it? No. I know that the electric vehicle isn't going to replace the gasoline internal combustion engine within the next 48 months. So I'm pretty confident that the Valero will come back. I bought into Ericsson. I'm down 3% because they haven't sorted out yet the who's going to be the supplier of the chips, whether it's going to be Huawei or Ericsson or Nokia. And I'm confident that Ericsson will come back. There's even been talk that the government, Larry Kudlow, is talking to Intel and asking them to go buy Ericsson. I'm confident of that. And then Live and Go, which I bought last week. I've owned, I think, 3 days, not counting the weekend. And I'm up 14% on that. So do I expect a pullback? Yeah, I do. I expect a substantial pullback. And let me give you some of the places where, if I were you or if I were me, I'd look to buy in. Tesla, damn, that thing has run up just crazy. And as I look at the past charts, it usually pulls back. It usually comes back to a gap and presents an additional buying opportunity. So I'm looking at $1,224 as another buy-in point, and it might get that. It'll take 3, 4, maybe 5. Maybe it won't be this week, but it might be the next week. And then there's another gap at 1,132. So that's something I'm going to be watching this week. I'm looking at this week not so much as the run-up that I've had this past week and the week before. I'm looking to give some back. And I'm okay with that. And please, if you haven't seen my video that I put out at 6 o'clock this morning, is this the time to buy? Watch that. And you'll at least you'll come away with my understanding or my feelings on when is it time to sell. Is it time to sell? Is what that video is about. The other things, another buying opportunity. I don't like Nikola. It's not that I don't like Nikola. I think they have some beautiful trucks, and I think they have an excellent concept. But I just am afraid it's an unproven concept, and I don't want to risk that much. It's been up, I think, into the 60s. It's pulled back last week. I see an entry point at 38.88. That's for those of you who want more risk in their portfolio. I don't care to take it. What I'd like your help with is there's a few stocks I'd like to own, but I just don't feel comfortable yet. I just don't feel that I'm ready for them. I know the banking industry is going to change dramatically over the 5 years, and I know someone's going to come in and dominate that. What I don't know is is it going to be Google's Pay? Is it going to be Apple Pay? Is it going to be Facebook Pay? Or is it going to be Square? I don't know. Is one of the big tech companies going to create a form of blockchain? And within their structure, is Google going to have a structure that's going to have an ecosystem that's going to allow people to make loans and actually insure or guarantee savings and this sort of thing? Is Google going to do that, or is it going to be Square or PayPal or someone else? I don't know. So I'm going to ask you to help me figure that out. The other thing I want to get into is the what is it called? Biogeotechnologies. And Genentech and CRISPR. Those are two companies I wish I knew more about. So I'm asking my tribe, our tribe. It's not Carrie's tribe. It's our tribe. I'm asking you this week to feed me information. Go and do it through the newsletter. Do it through the email, not the comments in the videos. There just isn't enough space, and they build up, and I don't get to see them all. But I, for the most part, open all of your emails that you send me through the Best of Us Investors morning newsletter. I'd ask you also, while we're on that subject, don't just send an email and say, thanks, Carrie, I really appreciate it. My inbox is getting flooded, and I open every one of them up, and I appreciate your thank you, and I appreciate your why are you doing this? If you think I'm going to do it in a video, leave it to that. Then I want to talk about pump and dump. I'm seeing a lot of comments that I am questioned about. The first ones are the ones who come in and they make some complimentary statement, and then they say, I've made all my money off of so-and-so, and he's done. And then immediately there's 7 other comments to that comment. And this is something that it's spam, and if I see them, I usually take them down. But I want you to be aware of what it is. It's spam, and it's someone trying to promote their agenda rather than our agenda. So be aware of that. The other thing is pump and dump. I believe it was Leonardo DiCaprio did a very interesting movie about where they had this boiler room. A boiler room is a phone room where they hire guys to get on the phone and call investors and tell them there's a wonderful opportunity in this stock and you need to buy in real quick and there's only so many shares available. Well, I'm seeing some stocks showing up that are being promoted. And when I go and look at the charts, I see that there's a line where they're moving across. And then all of a sudden there's a wham. And down below it, that you can see the volume just peaks. I suspect those are pump and dumps. All they're trying to do is use our channel to build up their stock that you think it's going to be something that it's not. And they get you to buy, and they hold those stocks at very low price where you saw they many cases aren't the company. They are just pump and dumpers. They find a company that isn't going up, and then they either on the phone or through YouTube stations like mine, they put out this information. They build a lot of momentum into the stock. They get you to drive the price of it up, and then they sell all their stuff. That's pump and dump. Be aware of them. So I think the market is going to present some buy-in and build your inventory on some of the stocks that I think you need to own this week. So be aware of that. we've just had too good of a time thus far, and there's going to be, I think, a pullback because this coronavirus. Please, wear your mask. We got to bring this thing to an end. And I know some of you think this is just some sort of a political move, or it's something to manipulate the markets, or it's, I don't know. But I do know that I have very close friends whose son is a first responder, and he got it. I have relatives whose brother-in-law and sister-in-law who have a young child have got it. So it's for real. And when I go to the supermarket and I see 65-year-old people pushing a cart without a mask on, and they push it right next to me and come within 2 feet of me with my mask on, I want to say, what the hell are you doing? You're risking my life. I don't care if you don't think it is. Don't come in here with an AK-47, and don't come in here without a mask on. Don't put my life at risk. I'm 75 years old. I'm the target market for this virus. Don't do this to me. So, excited about this coming market, or this week's market. It's going to present some opportunities, I believe, and that's my take.